Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Cosmic Anime Symbol, and welcome back to another video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload in the future. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about chapter 47 of Boruto. This isn't a chapter review, I have to say, rather a discussion in which I'll be comparing Isshiki's possible 8 past power to Ywach from Bleach. Before I get into why I think Isshiki matches Ywach in terms of hack abilities, I first have to refer to the OP-ass abilities that Ywach has. Now, before we get into it, well, actually, I'll just get into it. Fuck it. The first ability I'm going to mention is that of the Almighty, which we know is Ywach's Bankai, which is capable of seeing every outcome in the future and altering it, whether it be in terms of attacking decades into the future or 1 minute into the future. The second ability I'm going to mention is relative to Bleach characters only, so I should have to say that before I get into this. You guys get what I mean by that. The second ability is Ywach's ability to steal someone's Bankai, which he can do without the use of the medallion, like other Quincy's. 3. He can call on Remy's Bankai, which makes anything he imagines into reality. 4. Ywach also has Avznot Sphere, which attacks the optical nerve, resulting in the opponent feeling an intense wave of fear, kind of reminiscent of the Scarecrow Fear Toxin, if you get that reference as a Batman fan. 5. Ywach can use the Death Blood Bankai. Now, this Bankai is OP as fuck. The Bankai turns the opponent's blood or anything that can be used as lethal into the opponent's execution. Now, I'm going to talk about number 6. Arguably one of the most broken abilities is Hashbot's ability to manipulate fortune and misfortune. So essentially, he has the ability to manipulate luck, even to the extent where he can save himself moments before his death, which is OP as hell. I mean, if you really think about it, manipulating luck could be used for personal means as well. For instance, ever fucked up a relationship you wish you hadn't? Because I have. I'm not going to tell you that story because this channel doesn't do that. Or perhaps you remember the first time in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 where you tried to get Super Baby 2's clothes? Or ever tried to win the lottery but get the wrong numbers? Okay, this is getting oddly specific. Back to the topic at hand. Next, on the pool of abilities, 7, Lily Vato's, sorry about that, ability X-axis, in which it has the ability to cut anything between he and his opponent. Now, I'll get into a few more of his abilities. I'm not going to mention them all because unfortunately I don't have that type of time at the moment, but alright, let's get into it. 8, Immortality. 9, Intangibility. 10, Control over Light. 11, abilities to make his opponent forget he existed, which is useful if you need to sneak up on someone or escape a battle that is unwanted if you want, you get what I'm saying. The final ability is Yamamoto's Bankai. So that's pretty self-explanatory in itself on how powerful Yamamoto's Bankai is. Now, I don't really want to get into it because I don't exactly remember what it does. So now I'll just get into Isshiki's abilities. First, I have to mention that I did not come up or even think of Isshiki having 8 past power. That was in fact Naruto explained. So if you want to go to his channel and check out his videos, if you don't know who he is already, then go subscribe. I'll put his channel I'll put the link to his channel in the description if you guys want a more detailed analysis. He found the proof of this in the Ishin Boshi Buddhist story. Now I have to say I did search all this up and did my research as well, just because sometimes you can't just go off of other people's research. He's really good at what he does, but I just felt I had to do my own research too, where it would make this video relevant. So the first ability we've seen Jigen use is 1, Size Manipulation, which is Isshiki's main ability, in which he in the eye he has, sorry about that, it's speculated to be that of the 8-fold path eye. Well, if you search it up, that's the symbol relating to the 8 paths, which I'm discussing. From what we've seen from the dojutsu so far, it shrinks anything he looks at, with the limit seemingly being that he can't shrink people or shrink. Well, if that's the case, he wouldn't be able to shrink things with matter or something, right? I don't know. I'm not an expert on this bullshit. Alright, 2, wish granting. Now, we've seen this in the chapter, actually, I believe, if you go back and you look at the thing that was used to break Kashi and Koji's mask, it looks sort of like a mallet. I think that's the wish granting mallet from the story of Ishin Boshi. Now, basically what this mallet does is exactly as it says. It grants wishes, but it has limits. Just like how if you go to a store and you look at a genie, they have limits. The limits of the wish granting hammer is that It can't grant wishes too big. Just like how a genie can't give someone immortality. Shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Basically, if it were to do something like, if it were to bring back something like the divine tree, it would be taking so much lives, and so it would be so massive when it's brought back that the power from the mallet would drain. So it would basically become useless, or so to say. Next ability is the life manipulation, which I'm just assuming can resurrect people from what life manipulation is. It may have like something to do with creating life as well. So what if he could create his own type of soldiers or whatever? Create new members of Kara that way, give them their own personality. But this is just what I think. If you think something different, I'm not gonna say your opinion is wrong. Alright, so this is one of the most broken abilities, is number 4, matter manipulation, which is warp reality. Now this ability can be broken to the extent in which the user can warp reality. Alright, so for example, in Marvel, let's say we have 2 beings that can warp reality, right? Majim Jaspers, who can warp reality to the extent of using things that exist in the universe. If it doesn't exist, he can't manipulate it, right? Next we have Franklin Richards. Well, if you guys don't know who that is, he's the son of the Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Franklin Richards, who isn't limited to things in the universe and can create it as well as manipulate it, thus making him superior to Jaspers. So essentially, Franklin has he seemingly has no limits. So you get what I'm saying? Well, Jaspers does. If you put him in a space where nothing existed, he couldn't utilize it to warp reality. Reality warping doesn't even have to be to that extent. It could simply be something simple, like being able to manipulate reality for 20 seconds. That's still OP, but it's like not as OP as I just stated with Franklin and Jaspers. Now, next ability I'm going to get into is gravity manipulation. Rinnegan users, we've also seen them use this ability, like gravitational pull and almighty push. It's basically the ability to manipulate both attractive and repulsive forces. But one could also use this ability to give themselves infinite mass behind their punches, making themselves light as a feather, you know, and that shit, etc. Sorry about that, I had to catch my breath. Next is number 6, summoning. I don't think I have to get into this one due to it being a Rinnegan ability to summon any animal, or just the fact that there are jutsu. It would be cool. I mean, just the fact that there are summoning jutsu. It would be cool if he could summon any person to his location, like Isshiki. He could summon Naruto or some shit like that. It'd be broken, but it'd be fun to watch. 7, duplication, which is the ability we've seen before due to it being similar to all the various clone jutsu. I think the difference between how Isshiki uses it and how the shadow clone jutsu works is that Isshiki may split himself into 5 beings, which retain the same power as a caster, but that would make him too broken, because, you know, limits has been the little theme here when I've been talking. We know that the shadow clone, well, we know that the users of the shadow clone retain the memories of the clones, including the moments of death, so they know what it's like to experience death. They can even train. Like, we've seen this happen with Naruto when he was invented the Rasen Shuriken. Naruto trained using his clones, and he retained what they learned in order to form the Rasen Shuriken. So we know that it's really useful. As well as the fact that shadow clones actually consume chakra, which Jigen's duplication ability, or Isshiki, sorry, may not. So, like, if you create shadow clones, of course their power is going to be split. Not all of them are going to retain the same power as the user. So they're not going to be at full power. I know you seem like, oh, Naruto's broken when he uses shadow clones, but Naruto has a buttload of chakra. So for Naruto, that can't be argued in that case. Because Naruto has chakra for literal days. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't run out. I wonder how long Naruto could use chakra. Alright, this is getting off topic. I'll get into the final path. The final path is stated to be water manipulation, which at first I thought was kind of weird because, like, you have water jutsu, and you get what I'm saying, but it could just be water manifestation. But if that's the case, this is what bothers me. If Isshiki had the ability to manifest water or whatever, why didn't he do it when Koji used the ability of the burning mountains? You get what I'm saying? And burn Jigen's corpse alive. Alright, so I have 3 more things to mention before I end this video. One is the fact that even if someone is dead, which we learned in this chapter, as long as it's not the Otsutsuki and the karma is ready, the Otsutsuki can reincarnate into that body, which is why Amado suggested they kill Boruto, because he's not yet ready. So if he dies now, so does Momoshiki. I want to talk to you about the Kashin Koji reveal. That's number 2. I have to say, personally, I wasn't a big fan of the reveal. Why? Is because I already deduced that Koji was Jiraiya, because it was like every fucking chapter, bro, he would use a move in Jiraiya's arsenal. That just took away the suspense for me, if you get what I'm saying. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. 3, if you stuck around this long in the video, I want to talk about Kawaki's karma disappearing and what I believe it means as a weakness for Isshiki. What I mean by this is simple. Since we know that Isshiki is no longer in Jigen's body because it got burned to ashes, there's no need for karma because Isshiki is already in his true form, or his original form, you get what I'm saying? So why is this a weakness for Isshiki? Because now if he dies, he can't get reincarnated unless he puts a karma seal back on Kawaki or someone else. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think Isshiki is a rival to the broken mess that is Ywach? If you want to hear me talk more about Boruto, Naruto, or any other manga, leave your suggestions in the comments. I'll get to it as fast as I can. Thank you. Bye. I'm grateful for you watching this. Okay, see you next video.